Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. Welcome to r/am I the butthole, where all of us get to rate whether someone was wrong or not. And our first potential butthole for the day is user/major equivalent. So, 11 years ago, on my son's 9th birthday, we got him a puppy, Toby. He had begged and pleaded and made all kinds of promises for years. And we finally caved in. It was his birthday gift, but we made it very clear that although the puppy was his birthday gift, the dog was our family dog, not specifically his dog. My wife has always been of the belief that pets are family members and not possessions, and she made sure our son knew this from the get-go. Although my son has always loved this dog with all his heart, after the first 5 years, my son got busy with high school and work, and since then, it's always been my wife and I, and occasionally our other daughter who have taken care of this dog. I personally have fed, trained, and walked this dog almost every single day for 6 years. We've all grown incredibly attached to him. Our son moved out a year ago on his 19th birthday to go to college, and he had to spend the first year on campus. He has since saved up and moved into his own apartment. He now wants to take Toby with him, arguing that Toby has always been his, as he was his birthday present and slept in his room until a year ago. His new apartment is spacious and he's financially secure with decent savings as he has a well-paying part-time job. However, him being able to afford the dog isn't my concern. My wife, daughter, and I feel that Toby is part of our family. We've all treated him as our own and have looked after him as our own. I've covered food, thousands in vet bills, training and housing costs till now, even after my son got a part-time job in high school and could afford to. Other than spending 6 years being the main person who looks after Toby, in the years since my son left for college, Toby has spent almost every single second we've been home by either my wife's side or mine. I feel like sending Toby away would be like sending away a family member. Toby is also getting old. He's been rushed to the vet multiple times in the last year, and my son lives across state lines. Toby already suffers from separation anxiety, and this would be a big change for him that I don't want him to go through. He'd not just be going to a new environment, he'd be going from a house where there's always someone home, to a house where my son would be away 9 to 5. At best, my son would hire a sitter for those hours. So I put my foot down and said, no way. My son cried and was absolutely furious with me. He has threatened to cut us all off and has also threatened to steal Toby away secretly and said we're depriving him of time with his childhood dog in his last years. This is such a mess. Am I the butthole Reddit? And in my opinion, not the butthole OP, because well, you're doing what's best for your dog. And what is best for him at the moment is to live out the rest of his life in a caring and calm environment without too many changes. Our next potential butthole is user/tattooed throwaway one. I have a lot of tattoos. My most recent tattoo is a tattoo that I designed with my husband. We got matching ones for our anniversary, and it's super personal. As I was showing it off to my friends, I noticed one girl in our group, who I'm not super close to, was really into it. She even took a picture of it, which I thought was strange, but I let it slide. Let's call this girl Sarah. Sarah does not have any tattoos that I know of. If she does, they're really small and in unnoticed places. So a week or so later, I hear through the grapevine that Sarah is trying to get a copy of my tattoo. Honestly, I suspected this. She told a couple of friends of mine the design and, for some reason, didn't think they would tell me. But here comes the crazy part. She comes to me and asks me for a recommendation for an artist. She specifically wanted one that wasn't too expensive. I asked her what she was going to get. She was really coy with me and told me that she had not finished thinking about it yet. So I recommended the worst tattoo artist I know. Let's call him Bubba. I've gotten 2 joke tattoos from Bubba. One is terrible and blown out, but it's okay because it's that duck or rabbit optical illusion. The other one I've had covered up. He works at Subway during the day and gives tattoos from his garage. I knew she wouldn't do her proper research and check him out, and she didn't. She went and got her cheap tattoo from Bubba, and it was effed up. It's already blown out, the lines aren't straight, and may be infected. My husband and I are howling about this, but a few friends of mine think what I did was really messed up. She'll be okay. She'll just have a really trashy version of my tattoo. I think it's what she deserves. Let me know, Reddit. Am I the butthole? Alright, now to me, this is a situation where everyone sucks, so my vote is ESH. If either OP or Sarah had just been honest, if OP had said, I don't want you getting this tattoo because it's very personal to me, or if Sarah had come up to OP and said, I want to get the exact same tattoo as you, then my decision would be swayed either one way or the other, but both acted in a very childish way, and so, yeah, hence my verdict, ESH. Our next potential butthole is user/anonymous2071. I know it sounds bad, but here's the story. I, 62 female, live with my husband, 65 male, who is my kid's stepfather. I had 3 kids with my first husband, who passed away a few years ago. They're all relatively successful. 2 of them have moved out, but 1 still lives with me, which I don't mind. But I think it's time that they be on their own, as the others are. Ever since my son and Dill had their baby, my oldest daughter has been baby crazy and has been constantly talking about how she can't wait to be a mum. I love my daughter, but I don't want a baby in the house. I stopped at 3 for a reason. I don't want her to live here forever. I want her and her husband to have their own lives, while my husband and I have our own lives by ourselves. A couple nights ago at dinner, I sat her down and told her my reasoning, and told her that if she wants a baby that badly, then her and her husband need to start looking for their own place. She didn't take it too well and called me selfish and that I only think about myself, which right now is true. For 30 years, I've put my kids first, and now I want to put myself first. I hardly think I'm selfish for that. I tried to explain my reasoning, and her husband said he understood, but I know he was angry too. My husband is on my side and says I'm not the butthole. For the past week, my daughter and son-in-law have been ignoring me and only talk to me when it's necessary. I told some friends about what happened, and most understand where I'm coming from, but a couple said that I'm the butthole as it wouldn't matter because it's not my baby, so I wouldn't have any responsibility towards it. I don't know what to do. I don't want my daughter to hate me, but I'm getting older and would like for my kids to be independent while my husband and I can enjoy retirement together. My thoughts on this are very, very simple. If you can't afford a house, you can't afford a baby. Not the butthole OP. Our next potential butthole is user/car throwaway pit. I sound like a real butthole, but I've completely lost my mind over this. I'm 17 and my step brother is 17. We both have our driving license. I just found out 5 days ago that my dad and stepmom bought a used car for my stepbrother. They got me a $600 gift card to Best Buy. I know $600 is a lot of money, but what the F? Am I crazy or is it super unfair? It's literally the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm actually so mad that I've moved to my mum's house full time. My dad seems to be genuinely sorry and told me he's looking for a car now, but it'll take a while. I messaged him back saying that I'll decide if I want to see him after he decides to be fair for once. I've ignored all other calls and messages from him since. My stepbrother messaged me saying that I need to chill out and that he'll let me use his car. He also said that I need to stop being a bee and ruining everyone's Christmas. I told him to get in his Civic and F off. Am I the butthole? The only way I see this as being okay is if OP's stepbrother's biological dad contributed money to this car and that's why they decided to get the car. Otherwise, not the butthole OP. And I hope your parents haven't ruined your relationship with your whole family. Alright everyone, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and if you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel for Reddit videos every second day. But with that said, that is it from me. I hope you all enjoyed, and all I want to do is see you all here next time. See you later, guys.